All right, let's play a fun little game. Let's play the over-under game on some Broncos stats, okay? All right. By the time,
for what game?
No. This is for the season.
Oh.
By the time the season is over, will the Broncos have, this is sad, 1,000 yards rushing? It means they have to average like 63 yards a game.
If I were going to bet in Las Vegas, I would take the under at this point. But realistically, yes, they'll be over. Every team goes over 1,000 yards. It's going to be spread among a number of players. I think Bibbs is going to be the latest to see action this coming Sunday. And then there are questions, we'll talk about it later, of whether they have to go out and get. A friend of mine wrote me last night and said, they got to sign Ray Rice. And I wrote back and said, they have a better chance of signing Condoleezza Rice.
Or Uncle Ben's Rice.
Converted.
You know, I'm thinking about this, and I'm saying to myself, I don't think they're going to get there.
Oh, tell me a team that doesn't get to 1,000 yards rushing.
I know.
You think about
if I had to bet,
player.
I'd bet the over. But there's a chance they might not get there.
Okay. All right, give me the next one.
All right. Over or under 4,000 yards passing. I want you to keep something in mind here. Peyton Manning, only twice in his career, has passed for less than 4,000 yards. Twice in 17 seasons of playing. One of them was his rookie year, when he threw a ton of interceptions, and the other was 2005, when he had Edgerrin James rushing for over 1,500 yards that year.
Bear with me here.
Okay.
So he had a very poor game. The first one had about 150, 160 yards.
You want me to tell you what they're averaging right now? You want me to tell you what they're on pace for? I can tell you.
With me. Okay.
They're averaging 233 yards passing a game.
Sure, but it's
so they're
getting
on
better.
pace for a little over 3,700 yards.
It's getting better each week.
It is.
Yes, 4,100, somewhere right over 4,000.
I'm going to say under.
You're saying Broncos, aren't you?
Broncos.
Because there's going to be games where he's going to come out, like maybe the Vikings, where he's going to come out in the fourth quarter, or they're going to get behind and they're going to pull him. I mean,
well,
that's
then you're making
be,
my case. I'm saying under.
No, but for the Broncos.
Yeah.
I think Brock Osweiler.
I think the Broncos are going to throw for fewer than 4,000 yards this year.
No, but you're not paying attention to me, Les. I know you don't do that, but so Brock Osweiler comes again.
Right.
He's going to be passing. So if you combine the two quarterbacks,
I disagree with that. If Brock Osweiler's in the game, it means they're going to be ahead by a lot and they're going to run the ball and eat up the clock.
Or behind by a lot.
Or behind. Yeah,
no,
I don't see that happening.
But you're wrong. And I'm willing to make one of our dollar bets or Dr. Pepper bets.
Wait, if they're behind by a lot, why would Brock come in? Why wouldn't they keep Peyton in the game? You're saying if it's a blowout in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. So if they're behind, he's going to be throwing a lot. If they're ahead, they're going to want to try and find out about him in real action before next year. This is not college football.
But not at the expense of letting a team get it back into the game with an interception or two.
But if they're ahead 31-10,
they'll let him throw a little bit.
Not a little bit.
Not a ton.
But why would he throw?
So they can get a look at him.
What did you see in the fourth quarter they were doing when they were running out the clock? Trying to run out the clock.
Well,
what were they doing?
They were throwing the ball because they couldn't run the ball.
Well, that's the whole point, is they can't run the football. So that just flies into the face of, it's like dog poop flying into your face. That what you just said is so totally wrong.
I disagree with
you. The
you.
running game is so bad, they're going to have to throw for more than 4.
No, I think the running game's going to get better. The running game's going to get better. Come on.
Here's the deal. I will buy you a really nice piece of art for your place in Scottsdale. For one of the walls.
Define really nice. Put a money figure on it.
$400 or $500.
That's really nice?
You don't think
$400 or $500 for a nice piece of art?
There's some. I bought a piece in Tucson. It was really nice. It was about $350.
I need something bigger than that.
No,
I got big walls there.
I know, but okay. Or you give me a weekend down there.
$1.
No, I don't want $1. I'm trying to make.
Hey, can I tell you the truth?
I want this to hurt you. I want to hurt you.
I'm not making the bet, and I'll tell you why. I do not bet against Peyton Manning. I just don't. So 4,000 yards.
I'm just trying to prove points. You're sitting here going, I'd take the under. Trust me. This is like the greatest bet I would ever make in my life. If you're watching at home, find some fool, forgive me, find a guy, find a jag.
It's too late.
Find a jag, just another guy, and you bet him, because if they don't run, they have to pass for 4,000 yards.
Well, I think the running game's going to get better. The passing game got better. They protected better. I think they're going to run the ball better
you've
as
been
well.
saying that for
All
3
right,
weeks.
I've got two other categories.
All right. No, I'm just
35 takeaways this year. Right now, they're on pace for about 48 takeaways.
50-50. I told you before the season started.
50-50?
50 sacks, 50
Oh,
turnovers.
but you're saying it's 50-50 that they'll have over 35 takeaways.
And Troy Rink, who's going to come on the show later, and I talked about that, and I said 50 sacks, 50 turnovers. They're on pace to do both those.
Boy, that would be an incredible year if they could do that. I don't know that anybody. That's kind of like the Barry Bonds 40-40 thing. I don't know if any team's ever done 50-50.
You asked me that similar question before the season started, and I said 50-50. I'm going to keep saying it. They are. So how many turnovers do they have now? 2, 3, 7, something like that?
10. 10
times
takeaways.
16 would be what?
6 interceptions, 4 fumble recoveries.
10 times
16?
No, times 3.
It's 3. It's 48.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Plus
They're
a
on
little
pace
bit.
for 48.
They're on pace for 50.
Yeah.
How many sacks do they have at this point? Jess, you seem to know. How many sacks do the Broncos have at this point? They've got to have about 5, 8, 10.
I think they
about
have,
10,
I
too.
think they have 6 sacks as well.
No,
Going into the game, 5.5 going in.
So they had 3 more.
okay.
So they have 8.5 sacks.
Okay, what are they on pace for?
About 3 a game, 48.
Okay, well then Von Miller, you know, is going to go off in one game, get 3 or 4. 50-50. Write that down. Okay.
All right, last thing, quickly. Over under 12 wins.
Right there, 12.
Okay.
There's no
I'll say
over under.
13, just to be different.
Oh, you are.
I'll say 13.
That was the worst segment you've ever had.
And
in your life.
that
You were
lousy
wrong.
segment was sponsored
No,
by
it
John
wasn't.
Elway
It wasn't
Chevrolet.
the segment was lousy. You were lousy in that
Colorado's
segment.
#1
you
Chevrolet
stunk
dealer.
bad in that segment.
When you go to buy a car, what do you really want? You probably want a lot of cars to choose from. And you want the dealership's best price. Not some starting price or target price, the best price. And you want it immediately, not after hours of negotiating. And you want a salesperson who doesn't get paid more if you spend more. Because, well, you don't want to spend more. Well, you're in luck. John Elway wants all of those things too. Better yet, John Elway wants you to have all of those things too. Come see us or click on johnelwaychevrolet.com.